Adi?
Hello, it is Brianna here in beautiful Colorado. The sun is shining today, so I figured it'd be a good day to get outside and get aligned. First thing that we're going to do is focus on the seated position, because most of these poses that I'm going to walk you through today can all be done seated. They can also be done standing, but we want to make sure that we are building alignment from the ground up. So that's why it helps to start in a seated position, so you have less to worry about. You don't have to worry about where your legs go. You can keep them straight if you'd like. You can put one leg out to the side, one leg out to the side, whatever you would like. If you would like to sit crisscross and you're feeling some strain in your knees, focus on flexing your feet. That will keep some space there. And if you're feeling some restriction in your hip area, you can put a block underneath of your knee here, both sides. If you don't have a block, wrap up a towel, a blanket, anything like that, and stick it under there. One of the things that we will be focusing on when we are seated is putting our seated bones, which is your butt bones basically. You have two of them right under your butt cheeks, and you want to push them as far as you can into the ground, okay? So you want to feel that solid foundation beneath you on those two spots, okay? And that'll kind of keep your hips open, keep your knees aligned as well, and it'll take that restraint off of there if you're focusing on pushing down through the ground. So from here, we're going to just breathe, okay? We're going to find our breath, and we're going to pay attention to it. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. This might be a time when pains start to come to your attention. You can maybe feel where tightness or stiffness is. Don't worry about it, just notice it. Good. And now from here, we're going to set our intentions. You can choose whatever you would like for your practice. Me today, I'm going to focus on alignment with my body, alignment with my higher self, and above all, alignment with the divine. So throughout my practice today, I'm going to go back to that mantra: alignment with self, alignment with body, and alignment with higher divine power. And you can choose whatever you'd like and keep coming back to that. So just focus on your intention, whatever it might be. This might also be a good time to grab your favorite crystal, use some of that energy, any essential oils that you might have at home. Feel free to rub them on the bottom of your feet, the back of your neck, anything to kind of loosen you up and get you focused on what you would like to accomplish here. Amazing. So with that next inhale, we're going to get into stretching out these hips. Since we're starting from the base and working our way up, the hips are a great place to start. We're going to start with the right leg, sticking it out on a 90-degree angle. Your left leg is going to stay bent. Again, we're going to keep the feet flexed to release any tension within the knees, okay? We really want to make sure that our knees are being protected while we're stretching out our hips. Because that's a big area that you can injure quickly. So it's important to be aware of that. From here, we're going to do a slight twist, okay? And it's getting your chest in alignment with your knee, and you're gonna be hinging at the hips towards that, okay? Here you can use a strap if you have one. You can wrap it around your foot to pull your chest closer towards your foot. If you have the ability to grab the foot, go for it. If you don't have that ability, grabbing the ground, grabbing your leg, whatever you can grab is just fine. Really what you want to focus on here is keeping your back straight, hinging at the hips, and reaching towards the foot. And of course, as always, remember to breathe. We like to breathe into that pain tight area, and then when you release, you're driving a little bit deeper. Stretching a little bit more. Awesome. Okay, we're going to stay focused on the right leg here. Next, we're going to bring our side down to the knee. Okay, so the first time we brought the front of our chest, now we're bringing the side down. Okay, so you're really going to be reaching out with your opposing hand, your left hand here, and you're going to be reaching up over the head, keeping the right shoulder towards the right knee, and reaching as far over as you can. Here you'll be feeling a really nice stretch in your hip as well as this left side. You want to focus on keeping your left hip down in the mat, keeping both of those sit bones tucked and pressed against the ground. This right hand can be on the ground, can be on your lap, could be reaching out as well, but you really want to make sure that chest is open and you're breathing. Nice. Okay, one more pose on the right leg. We're going to bring this right knee up into the chest, and we're going to keep that left knee bent as well. This is going to be a little bit of a twist, so if you have any back pain or anything like that throughout it, definitely twist slowly. Okay, you don't want to go too far because you can injure yourself doing so. So you start at the base and you go up. So focus on turning your core first, then your shoulders, then your gaze will follow. If you aren't stretched out in your back and you just go with your head first, you can get, those middle parts can be twisted up a bit and you can pull something there. So we're really going to take it nice and easy here. You brought your right knee into your chest. Next, you're going to focus on bringing your left elbow across here, okay? And then again, focusing from the bottom up, turning the core, reaching the right arm behind you. You can place it on the ground to kind of help you bring your chest open, and your gaze can go behind you as far as possible. Breathing here, as always, finding that center. On the inhale, stretch and elongate that spine as much as possible, and on the exhale, twist it out. Really nice. Coming back to center. Okay, sitting in that lotus pose, you can kind of feel now what your right leg might feel like comparatively to your left leg. So we can just take a moment here, find that center, and just really observe how you might feel. Coming back to that intention that you set earlier. For me, alignment. Amazing. Now we're going to go over to the left side, doing the same stretches there. Okay, we're going to focus on all those same points, keeping those seated bones rooted into the ground. We are stretching out the left leg here, keeping the right leg bent, and as always, keeping our feet flexed to protect these knees. First pose, we're turning to keep our chest reaching to the knee. You want to make sure there's like a string pulling from the top of your head, reaching, hinging at the hips. Again, you can use a strap if need be, otherwise putting your hands as far as they can go. It's not a competition. With each inhalation, we can reach a little bit more. In each exhalation, we can release all of that that's holding us back. Awesome. Coming back to center, our next pose, we're going to bring that side down to the left knee here. So shoulders going to be reaching for that left knee, and above your head will be your right hand, okay? So you're reaching out, getting a good stretch on the right side of your body, while also keeping that right hip down into the ground. That sit bone is pushing against the ground. You don't want it coming up like this, you want to keep it down. Really nice stretch in the side there. Last pose on the left side, we're bringing the left knee to the chest, keeping the right knee bent. And again, we're going to be doing a twist here, so make sure we're not overzealous with our turn here, and we really start at the core, starting with your abs, opening your chest, and then following the gaze finally. So what we're going to do here is cross the right arm this time over the left knee, reach behind you with that left hand, turning the core, opening the chest, and finally letting the gaze follow. With each inhalation, we are pulling up with the spine, and each exhalation, we are twisting just a bit tighter, releasing all that's in that spine. Okay, we'll come back to center, take a few more breaths here. Now you can kind of feel, how do my hips feel? Do they feel more open than they did before? Do they feel any pain has shifted at all? What's going on here? So let's drop back into our breath and maybe remind yourself of what your intention that you set is, and we'll go from there. Okay, our next pose here, we are going to be doing the cat-cow pose from a seated position. So cat-cow really stretches out your back, opens up the chest. It can loosen up any stiffness in the neck. But one thing that we really do want to focus on is having controlled movement. So if you're swaying from one to the next, you could twist something, you could pop something. You really want to take it nice and slow. Feel every vertebrae moving each direction. Okay, and for a seated position, you're going to want to have a good grip on your hands, or on your hands on your knees here, to kind of help move your chest. Okay, so the main focus here is going to be the chest area. So inhalation, we are arching the chest forward, looking up ever so slightly. Exhalation, we are rounding the chest back, getting a good back stretch, tucking the neck and head. Inhale. Chest coming forward, gaze coming up. Exhale, arching the back, chin coming to chest. We'll do this a few more times, at your own pace, of course. Really controlling that movement. Excellent. Really wonderful. And from here, we're gonna go up to the neck, okay? So we started at the hips, did a little core twist, opened up the chest. Now we're gonna be focusing on the neck. And for here, it's very, very, very important that you do this with caution. Your neck has many nerves attached to it. It's protecting your spine. So please take caution here. Move slowly. If you're feeling something a little too tight, if you're feeling lightheaded at all, resist a little, go back a little bit. Don't stretch yourself too far here. So first that we're going to do, we'll do the right side, and we're going to stretch it over towards the left. So you'll be reaching your right hand out, okay, fingertips to the mat here, and you're just going to pull your neck away from your shoulder. Shoulders reaching down through the fingertips, being rooted to the earth, and the top of your head is being pulled away from the shoulder in that opposite diagonal direction. If this is feeling really good for you and you're like, yeah, I can do more, go ahead and use your left hand to pull ever so slightly. Give yourself some more space in between your neck and your shoulder. As always, remember to breathe here. If you're feeling any tingling, that's normal. There's just some space that's being created here. Now, if that tingling moves to lightheadedness, please go back a little. Take it easy on yourself. Awesome. We're going to gently swing the neck to the other side and do the same thing here. Left hand is reaching towards the ground. The right side of your head is reaching towards your right shoulder, and that diagonal is happening from the ground all the way up. If you're feeling a good stretch here in your neck and you want to stay here, that's fine. If you would like a little bit more challenge, go ahead and reach with your right hand to your head, pull your neck down ever so slightly. Remembering to breathe. Awesome. And from here, since we did the sides right to left, we'll do one more neck stretch. It's similar to the cat and cow, how you open and close your chest, but this time you're going to be doing it with your shoulders. You'll scrunch your shoulders up to your ears, dropping your neck and your shoulders down the back of your spine. And you'll do that on the inhale, breathing it all in, and then on the exhale, you're going to release the shoulders, lift the top of the head all the way up, and drop that spine all the way down. Shoulders going down as well. Okay, so we'll go through that again. Breathing in, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, lifting them up towards your ears. Exhale, releasing the shoulders, down the spine, chin to chest, head coming up straight. Inhale, shoulders up to ears, head coming up. Exhale, releasing shoulders down the back. Again, here going at your own pace, vertebrae by vertebrae, moving nice and slow with control. One more inhale, squeezing the neck. Exhale, releasing all that tension. Amazing. All right, from here we're going to switch on over to our sides. And I figured that since we are here in Colorado among the mountains, that we would do a mountain pose. But we're going to do it lying down. Okay, so for this, I would like you to use a block or a rolled up blanket or something like that, just to kind of engage your legs since you won't be standing. There are different widths to it. I'm going to be using it the thinnest width there is, okay? So I'll put that width in between my knees here and my thighs, and what I'm gonna focus on is squeezing that block. I'm not gonna let that block go. If I get my legs up, that block's coming with me, okay? And this can be practiced when you're standing as well, but for now, we're gonna focus on lying down, okay? So mountain pose is basically just standing straight with your palms open, okay? And you really want that connection between your tailbone going down into the earth and the crown chakra reaching up to the divine. So basically what we're going to be doing here is squeezing these legs to engage that core and that root chakra to the ground here, okay? So that's keeping your tailbone tucked when you squeeze your legs. Next, we're going to engage that core, keeping the abs nice and strong as you lay back, all right? And from there, you have your chest. You want to keep your shoulders open, palms to the side of you. chin tucked, and finally your crown pulling the top of your head away from your tailbone, okay? I have my feet flexed, and it feels like I'm almost standing on the ground with my feet right now. Breathing here. Okay, now just to test yourself to see how aligned you are from your root to your crown, I want you to bring your legs straight up, okay? As far as you can. If you have to bend them first, go ahead, but keep that block in between your legs. So we're just gonna lift them up, lift them back down. Just checking, checking if you feel any imbalances, if you notice anything hurting when you did that, just paying attention. Remember to breathe here. And then one more time, we're gonna lift those legs, check the alignment. Good. Back down. Amazing. And from here, we will go to Shavasana, okay? That's corpse pose. The end of yoga, when we all regather, we just put in some hard work. We're focusing on our intention. We're doing the stretches. We're doing the breathing. We felt our body, and now we come to the end when we get to let it all settle, okay? So all of that we just put out into the universe. Now it's gonna settle back into us. It's kind of like planting a seed and then covering it back up with that soil, okay? This is the time where you rest. So we're going to come back basically into the mountain pose, but this time you're not engaging any of those muscles, okay? This time you're just releasing. You're just lying there. Focusing on your breath or just letting it be natural. It's up to you. But I did just want to thank you for joining me on this journey. It was my pleasure to become aligned with you as well. I will also take this time to drop into Shavasana, and I just greatly appreciate you so much. So thank you so much. Namaste.